Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we return to King of the Bridge to get the Ascension ending, where we have to promote all of our pawns. Let's dive in. And we hadn't even gotten to the advanced part yet. Yes, we are back, mister, I know. I'll be waiting here for your return. Don't be gone too long now. I'm not going anywhere, we're playing again, buddy. Well, of course. I'd never pass up the opportunity to play my favorite game. Cheating chess, you nasty troll. You sure seemed happy to see us. Okay, so I think the strategy here is to have the rulebook basically at the ready and basically just waste moves until the troll has cheated for a total of 8 different times, and then I can counter cheat by just grabbing my pawn and promoting it. Let's maybe not actually drop it. I'm gonna use my knights, maybe if I have to use my bishops to ward off my opponent's pieces, because I don't want the troll to like accidentally take one of my pawns, because then I think I basically have to restart the run. So I'm just going to make some waiting moves. Hey, don't touch my pieces. We get d6, sure. Again, just kind of waiting around. Okay, that's fine. a6, I mean, I don't really care. I'll be here all day just moving my knights around. Okay, knight to e4, let's ward off the knight. Oh! So that is a cheating move, but unfortunately it loses us one of our pawns, so I need to play better defense. I honestly didn't think it was just going to take a pawn like that, so let's rerun the route. Clearly my opening here needs work, and if you think yours does too, I highly recommend checking out the sponsor of this video, chessreps.com, which offers super easy step-by-step opening practice. This is me learning the Jobava London, and this is me crushing an opponent with the same opening, so yeah, it works. For just $3 a month, you get access to 21 openings with hundreds of lines, and they drop a brand new opening every week. Plus, you can practice in fun ways like time trial mode, where you race to see how quickly you can remember your openings, and drill mode to focus on drilling your opening preparation. If you want to support the channel and become an opening menace, check out chessreps.com. Now, back to the video. Alright, come on. This time we have to play more defense, so I guess it means I need to develop more pieces. Yes, you just said this last time. We have dementia. Okay, yes. He sure loves to hear himself. Only winners cross this bridge. Well, I intend to ascend. So that's a totally different concept. Okay, so this time we actually have to play a little more defense. So I will start by developing my knights again. Okay, right away the rook is threatening to take the pawn. Let's play b3 with the intent of playing bishop to a3. Nice. I'm kind of just trying to defend my pieces, or rather defend my pawns with my pieces. And I think that'll work. Okay, my opponent might be trying to slide the pawn over, so I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I would only accuse someone of cheating if I were absolutely sure. Not that I would ever cheat against you. You suspicious little troll. Okay, we get e6. Let's play here with the bishop. Okay, the bishop goes out of town. I think we can just buy time now. Let's, if I move this pawn back, it's not great for us, but then it reveals the pawn behind it anyways. So this bishop could sack itself for a pawn if it really felt like it. But I'm just going to make waiting moves in the meantime. Okay, this is fine. Oh, you okay there, buddy? This is totally fine. I will wait out my opponent. Okay, threatening the pawn. I'm going to move my pawn out of the way and lose the rook. Okay, this is fine. How I orchestrate this whole thing? Magic. Duh. Okay, well, that was totally unnecessary attitude, but sure. Okay, let's keep shuffling back and forth. Okay, pawn moves forward. Oh, cheating. Haha. Good try, though. Okay, so space to accuse this piece, and you're not allowed to move your opponent's pieces. Aha, rule number 2, my friend. Elementary, dear Watson. How could you mess up something so simple? You may cheat this turn. I'm going to take this very pawn because it's the most exposed one. Skedaddle, skedaddle. And I'm going to ascend it by capturing the queen. Bye-bye. Alright, that's Ascension number 1. 7 left to go. Let's try protecting the rest of our pawns. We can just keep our pawns safe. We're in a good spot here. Okay. This is fine. I'm just waiting out my opponent. Sure, do whatever you please with your rook. What on earth? Okay. Okay, that was definitely cheating. Wait, did my opponent... Yeah, my opponent captured a bishop. Okay, perfect. I got a little bit scared for a moment that might have been an a3 pawn, but I just need to do a better job of paying attention to my position. Okay, so that was cheating. Space, you. And what was the cheat? Can't jump. That's what it was. Only he can jump over other pieces. You silly troll. How could you mess this up? These are your rules, my friend. You may cheat this turn. Thank you very much. Well. You caught me green-handed, but you will not get past me. Watch. Let's take this pawn and ascend it by capturing a rook. Okay, the bishop goes out of town back there. Again, this is so hard to keep track of because it really does blend in. So I wouldn't be shocked if in a couple of moves it comes back in and I'm totally shocked by how that works. Okay, let's offer a trade because I'd like to get the rooks off the board if possible. Okay, the knight slips. This is just totally free. Okay, the pawn moves forward. This is good. I honestly think this is pretty good. I just have to be careful of what the possible ways to capture my pawns might be. So I'm actually going to start moving my pawns to the back rank, keeping them nice and tucked away. Okay, the knight reawakens. Hello, welcome back to the game. Yes, we are still playing. We get pawn to f6. I can't step into any of these landmines, so I'm just going to shuffle my pawns over. It is troll tradition to stop bypassers in this game. Well, 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 you are in for a nasty surprise, my troll friend. This is not my first time on this bridge. Let's move the pawns back. Back to safety you go. All right, let me make sure that there's no opportunities to take any of these major pieces, because those are my biggest concerns. Okay, sure. Because at any point, the troll could, like, grab a knight and take a pawn. Boom. The run is basically over then. Oh, and I've forgotten about this bishop. So I've kind of trapped these pawns if that bishop ever, like, goes way out and comes back around. Okay, let's maybe not totally... Goosey! Welcome back! Oh my goodness, we missed you from the last ending. I can't believe you've made a return. Okay, the pawn shuffles over. Don't distract me this time, though. I guess that's on me that I get distracted. We get knight to f6. I guess I just have to wait out my opponent. I mean... I don't see what else there is for me to do here. Oh, there it is. Yep. Nice try. You thought I'd get distracted by the goose. You were probably almost right. But you chose a bad turn for it. Boom. Rule number 2. Yes, that's what he did. You may cheat this turn. Thank you. Thank you. Don't mind if I do. How did that piece get here? That's crazy. I know, right? Isn't that insane how that happened all by itself by magic? Okay, let's... I'm actually totally fine with these knights. They haven't posed any problems. So I'm going to cheat and ascend this pawn. And then I guess just lose the knight on d5. Okay, now... No. Come back. Don't you know you're a fan favorite around here? Now, let's, I guess, just wait some more. I don't see how my opponent is going to move. Well, I guess knight to f4 actually could threaten a pawn. And that seems like such an edge case, but I really need to hedge against my opponent even accidentally taking one of my pawns. Come back. So I'm just going to wait around now. I think we've done it. Oh, that's cheating. Yep. Nice try. Moving it like a bishop. What's wrong with you? Oh, that reminds me there's a bishop here. Whoops. Okay, so the rule violated is how the knight moves. Okay. Hey, come back. Only he can jump over pieces. It's the troubled knight rule. The knight moves because he's troubled. Where's that one? I probably went past it already. Aha! Horse guy can also move like this. He is troubled. All right. Our troubled knight did not trot. That's right. Get that boy to trot. Thank you very much. Okay, cheating. Go ahead then. Go on then. Cheat. Oh, did we lose the goose? Man, and I really tried to keep him on board, but all right. I guess that's just how these things go. Okay. If I move the pawn to the king, it gets rid of the king. But what if he just replaces another pawn and then becomes a problem for me? Like in the center or something. I don't think that's likely, but let's give it a try. Okay, cool. He just replaces a pawn, and then, well, see you later, buddy. We get knight to e7. Let's cover b5. Actually, knight to b5. There's no... I really don't see how my opponent is ever going to get any of my pawns. I think we're doing quite well here. What color square is this bishop on? This is a light square. This is a dark square. That should be a light square. So I guess I should keep my pawns on dark squares. We get pawn to b5. I don't intend to capture anything with my queen, so the board won't flip, meaning the bishop won't change colors. So I think this is fine. Okay. Let's move rook to c3. And at some point, I guess if we clear out enough of these pawns, I can probably just push my pawns to the end and not have to wait for my opponent to cheat every single time. Let's play knight to g3 to cover e4, f5, although our queen kind of does that already. But like I said, I don't really want to capture with my queen because it flips the color of the bishop. So we get pawn to f6. If I take on c7, the king can take back. I can't take with my queen because that's cheating. All right, back to waiting. That's fine with me. And I've got plenty of other hits in the making, too. Oh, this is the rock, paper, dragons. Yeah, hilarious. Okay, we get knight to d5. Knight to f4 could be an issue. Let's move this pawn out of the way, and I'm fine with losing the rook. Okay, oh, now I capture with my queen. Okay, that's not spectacular, but it's not awful either, I guess. So now it's dark, light, dark squared bishop. All of my pawns have a way to get onto a light square, so I guess it's fine as well. Let's play knight to c5, offer a little trade. Okay, we're going to have to stand him back up. We get knight to g5, totally ignoring our trade offer. How rude. Queen to g2 threatens the knight. Here comes the troll town. Don't do anything silly now. Okay, pawn to c4 seems to just hang the knight. Oh no, right, because pawns can capture straight ahead. Okay, I see how it is. Let's offer a knight trade. Knight goes back to e6. Okay, really not wanting this pawn trade. I mean, I'll wait you out if you make me. So let's do that. Oh wait, knight to d4, forks these two pawns. How peculiar. Okay, let's play queen to f2 then. Okay, knight goes back to c7. It can go back to e6, which we know is fine, or it can go to d5, which has no future for that knight. Okay, let's just wait around. If you think capturing my king will let you pass, I'd suggest you read rule 11 again. Haha. Okay, pawn back. Don't mind if I tango as well. A little tango. Oh wait, is he repeating moves? Is that like a bad thing? Because I haven't unlocked every single rule. I believe there are still some cloudy rules for me. Yeah, like rule 28, no idea. What comes in the epilogue? I guess maybe there's nothing there. I guess maybe it's just rule 28 that I don't know what it is. Can I read it? Nope. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. I'm not gonna walk into a draw, so let's move a different pawn. Okay, pawn shuffles over. Now I'll go back to this one. Oh, he's doing the same thing, repeating moves. Okay, that's super suspicious. So let's play this and threaten the knight. Oh my goodness, you've got to be kidding me. When did I forget that pawns can move so weird in this game? Okay, well, I guess that knight was protected. This should still be fine, maybe? I just need to ascend all of my pawns. It doesn't really matter how I do it. So let's just play this and lose the knight. Okay, I am completely losing the plot here. Oh my goodness. Wow, you really blew last game. Say, I'll go easy on you next time. I won't even do my special move. Holy smokes. Now we're getting bullied by the troll. Only winners cross this bridge. Watch this. I'm about to be a whole winner chicken dinner. Okay, let's run the route again. Okay, I'm starting to think this opening is just not working, because every time I play this, I mean, I'm hedging against the rooks that fly down every so often, but I seem to lose this pawn every single time. In fact, I think this is how we lost the very first game. Our opponent just took this knight illegally, so let's try it again. You know what? Let's just try to stop the knights from developing. Let's play knight here and see if we can get our opponent to just not develop the knight. Okay, wait a minute. Pawns move orthogonally, so knight to e5. Oh, chasing our knight away. Okay, let's move back. And then allows this knight to develop. Wow, very, very skilled maneuver there to force the knight to develop. Okay. I have to admit that was unexpected. Let's try this. Okay, pawn to a6. Okay, let's do it again. e6 threatens our knight. So we move back. Pawn to c4 threatens the knight again. Let's move back once more. And then knight to d5. Wow, this troll is really good at just grabbing the center. Okay, let's try this. Maybe we can trade it off for the bishop. The pawn moves back. Let's move the knight back as well. Ah, cheating. Excellent. We needed that right about now. Okay, especially for a knight. Well, I can't get rid of the knight. Let's do this one. Black knight did not trot. Yes, whatever you say. That was wrong. You may cheat this turn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm feeling hopeful once more. It is a waste of my time. All right, let's see. Let's just grab one of these weak pawns and promote it for the queen. All right, see you later, buddy. You get knight to c4, which does threaten the pawn on d2. Let's move up to d3. Here it comes. That was it. That was terrible. Okay, let's take the rook. Knight moves back, threatens the pawn. Let's move the pawn back. And then pawn moves to f6. Okay, let's try to trade off the bishop for the knight, but it moves to c4, threatens the bishop. Okay, let's move the pawn forward. I'm more worried about losing the pawn than trading off the bishop, so that's totally fine. Pawn to f5, okay. Let's develop our knights. Pawn to a6, okay, this is still fine. I'm a little bit afraid of the bishop developing and potentially skewering these pawns, so let's move one of them back. Pawn to e5, sure. Let's try... Actually, let's just develop the knight. Knight to f3. Pawn to f4 slips but threatens the knight. Taking on e5 should be fine. D6 threatens the knight. How about this? You want to trade knights? Oh wait, never mind. Knight to C6 loses the knight to the pawns. I don't know why it's so difficult. I think it's because I start falling back on how normal chess works, and the truth is it has nothing to do with this. So let's play knight to D3 instead, threatening the pawn. Get ready for my special move. Please don't do anything crazy. That was the special move, standing up the pawn? Give me that. Alright, bishop comes out, threatens the rook, which again actually is fine. I'm cool with trading off any of these pieces that could threaten my pawns, as long as I can take back. So let's take a turn to stand up the knight. Pawn to H6. Wow, our opponent doesn't even take. That's an interesting choice. I guess let's just make a waiting move. Okay, we do finally get that trade. Let's go ahead and take back. Okay, pawn to C4 threatens the knight. Hopefully our opponent doesn't take on B3. That would be a huge bummer. To the point that I might even just let my opponent take, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Let's play queen C2 and just allow our opponent to take. Right, that's a much better move than taking my pawn and ending my whole run. Let's go ahead and, oh, if I take back, it flips the board. Let's take back with the pawn. Okay, knight to D7. We can pin that to the king and then force it to trade off. I'll make the sequel even harder. I don't pander to casuals. Oh my goodness, how have I done the same thing again? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try this. Knight to E6, come on. Now I'm in game mode. We get bishop here, which threatens both of these pawns. Please don't take it. Please don't take it. Thank goodness. Okay, cool, cool, cool. This is fine. Let's play... Oh wait, let's not lose the knight. Wow, that is so difficult for me to keep track of. It's actually insane. Okay, but this is free. That is definitely also cheating. Okay, the king went out of town, but only the bishop can do that. So where is that? Bishops work out of town as well. They can leave the town and still come home for supper. So where's the one that says the pieces need to stay on the board? There it is. Rule 25, no pieces can move outside the board unless they work out of town. Okay, cool. The black king did not work out of town. The black king barely works at all as far as I'm concerned. You may cheat this turn. Thank you very much. All right, so let's... I was just trying to spice things up. You bore me endlessly. Wow, that is ruthless. Okay, not really worried about this bishop. Let's take one of these doubled pawns and ascend it on H8 and get rid of the rook at the same time. Wait, that was also definitely cheating. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Back-to-back cheating. What are we doing here? It's how the pawns move. So pawns move like this. Pawns move big-minded. Confirm. Yes, that's what the pawn did. You may cheat this turn. Thank you, thank you. Okay, go on then, cheat. I will. That was exactly the plan. What if I just take the knight and then promote it? I think that works. Let's take the knight first and then just ascend on the next turn. Nice, does the same thing. See you later, buddy. We got pawn to B6. Now I just need to keep my own pawns safe. Not let this bishop take it. I think this bishop is on a dark square. That would be my guess. So I'm gonna start placing my pawns on light squares, perhaps. Or, well, this is tough. Because I'm always interested in playing something like queen c7, for example, so I can take free pawns. But the issue is I'm afraid my opponent's going to take diagonally, and then yes, I can cheat and ascend one of my pawns, but then I've lost a very powerful piece. Let's give it a try. Let's just see what happens. Okay, bishop to a1 threatens the rook. It also threatens the pawn. So I'm actually going to lose the rook, but I'm just going to move my pawn over and keep it nice and protected. Bishop moves back. That's amusing. Let's take this free pawn. The board flips. It means the color of the bishop... Well, did the color of the bishop flip? Because the bishop moved from this side of the board to the opposite side, so it should actually be the same color? I'm confused. Anyways, it's our turn. We'll just kind of guesstimate it when it gets a little bit closer. Okay, I guess we can start pushing some pawns, because that's another legitimate way to ascend it, is just push it to the other side. So let's start doing that. No, don't slip and then get captured. Oh, wait, did our opponent... I mean, our opponent did stand up our own pawn, but hey, that kind of helped. So, no hard feelings, my friend. Okay, bishop is now on a light square, so our pawns just need to stay on dark squares. So that should be pretty easy. The bishop might come down here and put us in check, and then take the pawn behind it. So I'm going to move this pawn to a dark square. They say only the horse guy can jump, but I do a mean somersault. Yeah, you've said that so many times. We need some new text for this guy. Let's push the pawn and ascend. See you later, buddy. All right, pawn to f5. Let's try threatening some pawns. Okay, the pawn moves forward. I can just take this. Board flips back. Now it's a dark squared bishop again. But my pawn switches to a light square, so I guess everybody changes colors. Okay, if I push, bishop could threaten it, and I might lose it because it's slipped. So let's push this one next. Okay, bishop does threaten the king, but we've moved the pawn out of the way, so by just sliding the king, we're totally fine. Okay, bishop moves down. If I push the pawn, bishop here could fork, and that's not really of interest to me, so let's move the rook out of the way. Bishop comes over, sure, let's start pushing. Aha, a little bit of a skewer, but that's totally fine. We'll push the pawn and lose the queen. Take back. What you're smelling right now, it's the blood and sweat I poured into this game. My lack of bathing is a testament to my dedication. Sure. Pushes the pawn. I do the same. I will return the favor. Shuffle it over so I can promote. Nice. Bye-bye. Okay, he's gone. Let's move these pawns over. Nice, so that there's no threat of them getting captured. And then threaten the pawn, has to be defended, but then the piece is going to slip. Okay, pawn to b3. Oh, stay away. Stay away, you nasty pawn. Oh, please don't take my pawn on d2. That would be a huge bummer. Let's try taking this pawn. Okay, the pawn goes to b3. This is good. Let's push our pawn. Oh, that is definitely cheating. Yep, that is not how the pawn moves. Pawns move like this. Yes, the pawn tried to move big-minded. Keep these brains small. That's good. That's good. You may cheat this turn. Thank you. Appreciate it. What? You saw that? I thought you blinked. Okay, I'm thinking I just take this pawn and then just try to promote everybody. That seems like the easiest way to go about this. Okay, the king comes back onto the board, but I'm actually going to cut him off on d5. So we can no longer move to this side of the board. Hey, buddy. Trying to move my pieces because you don't have any left? That's not particularly nice. Rule number 2, my friend. Avert your eyes to rule number 2. Why, thank you. Okay, let's take this furthest pawn. How did that piece get here? That's crazy, I know, right? These things happen by themselves. See ya. All right, the king moves forward. I'm just going to move my pawns to this side of the board so the king can never actually get to them. Sweet. It's trolled. Get out of here. I'm just trying to win. He's buying time by talking a whole lot of extra talk. Okay, we'll move the rook back, and this is kind of like normal chess. You'll notice that we've cut off the d file, so the king can never actually cross over, and now we can just focus on pushing our pawns. Sweet. Sweet. See ya, buddy. On the other side. All right, 1 pawn left. March 4th, dear pawn. Be brave in these trying times. Okay, this is excellent. King moves back. All is going according to plan thus far. b7. And we ascend. See ya! Alright, let's see what this ending is. Oh. What on earth? Goose! You returned! Oh, goodness. Oh, shoot. Oh, you're gonna want to be... What is happening? Goose, you are gonna want to be careful, my guy. You're walking between a whole bunch of landmines and... pawns? Happening? What is that? You have ascended. Oh, great. The great beyond. Excellent. Now what? Now we are rulers of heaven and earth. Is that how this works? But you remain on the that is such a scam. How did we ascend but remain on the bridge? Now we just oversee the bridge like some sort of part-time security. After 27 attempts, took you 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 28 seconds. You collected 69 Valorite scraps, and you cheated a total of 42 times. A game by Finn. All right, sweet. With that, we do wrap up King of the Bridge. Let me know if there's anything else that I should do in this game, although I believe that was the last ending that we had to collect. If you guys did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know if there are any other games that you want to see me play, and I will see you guys in the next one.